Hello everyone, this is Jansen43 back with another video, and finally it is the second video in our video series of me trying a different League of Legends champion every single week. Now last week you may remember we started off with Twitch, and that was good for me because I had actually used Twitch before, so I was at least familiar with that champion. But this week it's a little different. Let's go straight to the wheel, and as you could have guessed by the cover art, this week we have Dr. Mundo. Now, Dr. Mundo is a champion that I've played against and always been intrigued by, but I've never actually played with him. Up top, I've been too busy playing Mordekaiser, Darius, or maybe even everyone's favorite top champion, Teemo. So already, this series is doing exactly what I hoped that it would, pushing me out of my comfort zone and making me try new champions that I've wanted to, but just haven't gotten around to yet. Now this is the second video in the series, and if you enjoy the series and this video, make sure you like the video and subscribe so you can see when the next video drops and see who we have to play next. Okay, time to get into Dr. Mundo. So his abilities, as always, the disclaimer. You at home are probably better at this game than me, and I know that you know abilities better than I do. So this part is more for me than it is for you. But his abilities are as follows. His passive is pretty much that the first immobilizing effect that hits him doesn't do anything, which is pretty cool. His Q, he throws an infected BONESAW, hurting and slowing the enemy. W, he electrocutes himself and deals damage to nearby enemies. He can also recover a stored amount of damage to his own health. His E has two parts. Passively, it raises his attack damage, and actively, he hits an enemy. If they die, they're swatted into other enemies. Lastly, R. Mundo gains health, damage, and speed, plus it does a ton of healing over time. Now that we know about him, let's see how the gameplay actually went. As expected, since I never played him before, it started out a little, let's say, shakier than Twitch did. The first game wasn't horrible, 4-4-7, and we did win. But the third game, folks, I told a buddy I thought Darius might be tough for me, and was he ever. A nice 0-7-0 for that game. And as expected, when your top goes over and he feeds, we lost. So apologies there, teammates. And Mundo is really the first true tanky kind of champion I've played so far, so maybe I'm misinformed or maybe I'm playing him incorrectly, because I wasn't really racking up kill after kill, but I was getting a lot of assists, which is kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to jump into team fights, take some damage for my teammates, and let them get the kills, and I think for the most part it worked pretty well. My last game with Mundo, I went 4-5, but I had 10 assists and we won. And in fact, I played 5 games with Mundo this week, and while my play was not dominating, like I said, I didn't have a ton of kills, we won 4 of the 5 games, so not too bad. I will always take 80% because I am always here for a win. Now I did want to mention one of the funniest games I've played in a while. That was when I went 1-1-0 throughout the entire game. I was in a battle with the opposing top laner whole time, and neither was giving an inch. So while the stats don't show it, it was actually a blast to go toe to toe and neither yield. Plus, as I mentioned, we won, which is always fun. Alright, so that does it for this week's League of Legends Champion of the Week, Dr. Mundo. Overall, definitely am going to play with him again. I think he's a lot of fun. And I think if the time was put in to really take more than 1 week to play him, I think you can be an absolute beast with him because you're taking so much damage by the end of the game, the opponent has no chance. That's all for today, and I will see you next time.